Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Roadrunner Rundown. I am Vance Palm. Pleasure to be with you today. Hey, it's October 3rd. We took a week off last week, but I can guarantee you who did not take a week off, all of our student athletes at CSUB. A busy 2 weeks. Can't wait to get into all the highlights. And a little bit later on, Aminah Settles from the Roadrunners ladies soccer team will be right here with us in studio. But as I said, a lot has happened in 14 days. Let's get right to the action and start off with, of course, some volleyball. The Roadrunner Volleyball Conference home opener was Thursday, and Lady Runners loved to see themselves up on the new video display board. They were excited about that at the Icardo Center this year. The Runners jumped out to an early lead in the first set, 12-8. A well-balanced offense helped CSUB extend that lead to 8 points at 20-12. CSUB finished the set with 5 kills from 4 different runners: Alexandra Georgievich, Desiree Sukoff, Madison DeGarmo, and Haley Roberts en route to a 25-17 victory. Bakersfield trailed for most of set 2, including the biggest deficit at 8-15. The CSUB battled back and took the lead for the first time at 22-21. The Redhawks tied the match at 22, but kills by junior Madison DeGarmo and Brianna Mariner led CSUB to a 2-0 advantage. Seattle jumped out to an 11-8 lead in the third set, but the Runners fought back and took the lead. But then Seattle tied it at 17. But then the Runners won 6 of the next 7 points and finished the set with a 25-21 win for a straight sets victory. Mariner, a junior transfer, had 6 kills in the third and final set. CSUB defeats Seattle U in straight sets, 25-17, 25-22, and 25-21. Coming into Saturday's Western Athletic Conference volleyball match, CSU Bakersfield had played in 4 straight 5-set matches against Utah Valley, with the Wolverines winning the last 3 meetings. The Roadrunners fell behind 2-1 on Saturday, but would battle back. From a 12-12 tie in the 4th set, senior setter Fabiana Andrade served 7 straight points, including a pair of aces, to help CSUB pull ahead 18-12. Andrade put together 32 assists and 12 digs for another double-double. Haley Roberts, who led the Runners with 14 kills, dominated the middle in the 4th set, squaring the match 2-2. But Utah Valley had answers and opened with a 7-3 advantage in 5th and deciding set, led by middle blocker Brighton Taylor. But another run and another ace from Andrade helped CSUB tie the 5th set at 10. But UVU won the next 3 points with a strong blocking game. But now the Runners were facing match point, but Coach Mello had a secret weapon, freshman outside hitter Bailey Smith. Smith, who had not played since September 9th at Northern Arizona, recorded the kill down the line for the tie. Then the go-ahead kill cross court, but she wasn't done. The native of Litchfield Park, Arizona, scored off the hand of a Wolverine blocker for a 17-15 final set score to win the match 3-2. Oh man, Smith tallied 6 of her 8 kills in the 5th and the final set. CSUB had a nice, well-balanced offense overall, with 7 runners finishing with 7 kills or more. How about senior libero Emily Lopes, 35 digs, 5 assists, and a service ace. Lopes entered the week in the top 10 in all of Division I in both total digs and digs per set. Yesterday, she was named the WAC Player of the Week. The Lady Runners are at Cal State Fullerton tonight and continue conference play at home in the Icardo Center this Friday against Grand Canyon. Hey, check this time out, everybody. Friday's game begins at 4:30 p.m. Everybody has busy weekends. How about getting it started off with volleyball at 4:30? All right. Women's soccer, as by the way, we've got a superstar in here later on from the women's soccer team. They had the week off to prepare for opening of conference play later this week, but the Cal State Bakersfield men's soccer team opened up Western Athletic Conference play at Seattle University. Hey, they're ranked number 20th in the nation. And on Friday night, the Roadrunners had a tough 4-0 loss to the Redhawks. Seattle U took the lead in the 15th minute on a goal by Sergio Rivas, his third of the season, and was assisted by Nathan On. In the 30th minute, Roadrunner goalkeeper Dietra Bell made a great save to keep it a 1-goal game. Bell made another diving save in the 42nd minute to keep the game at 1-0, and that's how the first half would end up. Seattle U would outshoot CSUB 11-1 in the first half. Early in the second half, Quinn Falling scored his first collegiate goal on a beautiful pass from Barry Habib to make the score 2-0 in the 49th minute. In the 59th minute, Rivas would score his second of the night, and Falling would add to his point total this time with an assist to extend Seattle U to 3-0. And then the Redhawks would make it 4-0 in the 64th minute when Orlando Neto would score his first of the season. The Roadrunners fall to 2-6 on the season and 0-1 in WAC play, while Seattle U improves to 7-2 on the season, 1-0 in WAC play, and 6-1 at home so far this season. After a 7-match road stretch, wow, CSUB Bakersfield men's soccer team finally returned to the main soccer field in Bakersfield Saturday afternoon. The Roadrunners hosted Utah Valley in a Western Athletic Conference matchup, and the Runners held off the Wolverines for a 1-0 victory. In the 5th minute, senior Jamie Carey Morrell sent a half-volley rocket to the upper left V, but Utah Valley's Joseph Wheelwright made a diving save to keep the match scoreless. A pair of crosses found their way deep into the CSUB box in the first half, but redshirt freshman goalie Dietra Bell made a pair of saves to keep UVU off the board. Runner midfielder Jacob Alatorre slashed into the Wolverine defense with a 30-yard shot, but again was turned away with a fine save by Wheelwright. 1 minute and 1 second into the second half, CSUB earned a penalty kick on a play that resulted in what? Double red cards. A red for UV's Connor Salmon and a red for CSUB's Victor Romero. Look at this. Boom! Senior Jamie Carey Morrell buried the ball to the back right corner to give the Runners a 1-0 lead. The native of England, now has 3 goals on the year, the most of any runner. The rest of the second half was continue with the same physical play. Man, you talk about a rough game. 4 yellow cards were handed out. UVU was fouled 11 times in the second half, setting up multiple set pieces in the final 30 minutes. But the Runners and Babe staved off victory. Every Wolverine advanced to hold on for a 1-0 shutout. The men continue conference play this Friday against Grand Canyon and again on Sunday facing the UNLV Running Rebels. Both of these games are at home on the main soccer field. Friday night, the team will celebrate the 20th anniversary of the 1997 National Championship. Man, time flies. So be there for that. The women have their first WAC conference contest Friday, October 6th on the road at New Mexico State. When we come back, we'll have more results and updates from Roadrunner Athletics. You're watching The Rundown. Back after this.
For nearly 80 years, Current Schools Federal Credit Union has been helping generations of local people achieve local dreams. What started as a tiny office in the basement of Bakersfield High School, where receipts were kept in a shoebox, has grown to become the largest financial institution headquartered in Kern County. And local matters. Through the years, we've been witness to families and friends passing their Current Schools tradition down from one generation to the next. And we always have room for more. So be sure to start your Current Schools family tradition today. Current Schools, together we have something special.
It's the car you've always dreamed of, but didn't think you could afford till now. And right now at Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, you can get exceptional offers on remaining 2017s in stock, including CE and GLE, like a 2017 C300 sedan. Lease one now for only $339 per month. This is clearly where affordability meets luxury. Remember, these offers on 2017 Mercedes-Benz are for a limited time only. So this time, why not make your dream a reality? Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield in the Auto Mall.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back to the Roadrunner Rundown, everybody. Vance Palm here, proud graduate of CSUB, a student athlete in 1988. Couldn't be more stoked to be involved with the university and doing the rundown. Well, Angel Valdez and the lady cross country team back at it again. I saw her working out by the school the other day. She was jogging, I was barely walking. How's that? Valdez, an East Bakersfield High School graduate, won the race by 9 seconds in front of opponents from the likes of UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, and UCLA to take the top time in the Mustang Challenge 5K. When you get a second, just count 9 seconds. Just count 9 seconds, and you'll see how far ahead she was. Sophomore Paradise Pelzer followed behind Valdez, cutting her personal best time by nearly a minute at 18:35. Pelzer placed 24th of 166 student athletes and now ranks 5th in CSUB's Division I history. There's a great shot of Angel Valdez being interviewed right there. As a group, the runners improved their average 5K time by about a minute, posting their best 5K average 5-woman time of 19:10. Way to go, Coach Marcia. Let's move on to women's golf. Competing at the Wyoming Cowgirl Desert Intercollegiate in Palm Desert, California, senior Ariel Lee led the runners, shooting in the 70s all 3 rounds. I'm jealous. Her final total of 231 strokes was plus 15 and was good enough for 13th place and ranks CSUB's top 10 list for 54-hole individual tournament. As a team, the runners finished 10th of 12 teams. There's a nice look at that follow through right there. Well, guess what? We're going to take a quick break. We're going to jump into break quickly because when we come back, Aminah Settles is going to be right here next to me in the studio. Looking forward to talking to one of our women's soccer team superstars. You're enjoying all of this on the Roadrunner Rundown. Back right after this.
If you call Kern County home, then you can bank with Kern Schools Federal Credit Union. It's that simple. From savings and checking accounts to home and auto loans to the latest in online and mobile technology, Kern Schools is here to be your lifelong financial partner. And whether you like traditional banking or prefer to handle your finances online, we can meet all your needs. To open your Kern Schools account today, simply visit a branch or go online. With online account opening, you won't even have to come visit us. Just one more way Kern Schools is here to make your life easier so your dreams and goals become reality. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
What shall I do to put myself by your side? What shall I do to put myself along by your side?
It's the car you've always dreamed of, but didn't think you could afford till now. And right now at Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield, you can get exceptional offers on remaining 2017s in stock, including CE and GLE, like a 2017 C300 sedan. Lease one now for only $339 per month. This is clearly where affordability meets luxury. Remember, these offers on 2017 Mercedes-Benz are for a limited time only. So this time, why not make your dream a reality? Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield in the Auto Mall.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back to the Rundown, everybody. Vance Palm here. My favorite part of the show, and I love this show, doing highlights, being involved with everybody here in the show. My favorite part is when we get student athletes from our CSUB athletics department to join us. And today, redshirt junior Aminah Settles joins us from our ladies soccer team. Hi, Aminah.
Hi.
Native of Arizona, Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona.
Tell us about your soccer career growing up as a young tyke in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, soccer was pretty much the only sport I played, probably since I was 5. I was on a competitive team and then got seen in Phoenix, I think it was, by a CSUB coach, and here I am.
Here you are. What a year. As I was reading and going down, you know, the documents that over the last 4 or 5 shows, it seems like every time I'm doing something or reading something from the women's soccer team, it's an overtime victory. It's an overtime victory. Last week I was reading it, and it was the 3rd overtime victory. You got a break this past week, but you're preparing for the WAC opener against New Mexico. Let's talk about overtime. I know when I was in sports, overtime was, you know, that was that was it, man. We all gathered together and got our thoughts about us. When you win one overtime win, that's pretty cool. But then you win a second one, then you win a third one.
Yeah.
Tell us about that process of these overtime wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously really exciting. I think in my 3 seasons here, I think before this, the 2, we've only been in overtime maybe twice, once each season. So to do it 3 times and to win 3 times is like, yeah, it's 1, really exciting, and 2, I think it just like gives us confidence to know that if we go into, you know, these big games for a conference coming up soon, like if we, I mean, they're bound to be tied at the end of 90 minutes, and it's just the confidence that, you know, we can do that, we can push through and, you know, get a win if we can.
You touched on a big word there, confidence. You know, you have your home opener against New Mexico. You have a little something in your back pocket, meaning, hey, 3 overtime wins, the first, you know, the first half of the match. You know, it's almost like in your mind saying, look, we don't have to press. We know we have that mental skill set.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're trying to win in the 90 minutes, but if it doesn't, I think the team is like secure enough right now to, you know, just kind of relax and just play our game, and I mean, it'll happen.
We're here in this comfy, cozy studio on a Tuesday, but pretty soon it's going to get gnarly for you guys. Get on the road here. Road trips sometimes can be a lot of fun, especially if you're winning. Road trips can also be a real drag, even if you're winning just with the travel alone. New Mexico State, Texas, Rio Grande Valley, that's a long, long road trip. Tell us about the mindset of getting maybe some of the younger players settled in for, you know, what it takes to perform on the road.
Yeah, I think it's just about like keeping everyone together, keeping everyone's mind right, and I mean, yeah, it's hard. We fly into New Mexico. I think we have like an hour drive to the school. We fly out the next day after our Friday game to Texas, and yeah, I mean, it's hard, but it's like if you went on Friday and then you just kind of keep that momentum going into Sunday, like usually it's not a problem, but I mean, it's always hard.
Do you have like a road swagger? Do you guys walk when you walk in the airports? Do you have like, or tell us about the CSUB women's soccer team, the vibe on the road?
Yeah.
Are you funny? Are you loose? Are you tough? Are you know? What's the look?
I think just to get through it. I mean, everyone's kind of just like in a good mood, funny. Like traveling's fun. You get to go to new places, especially with like the freshmen who have never, you know, been doing this before. But yeah, we have our CSUB polos that we wear for the plane rides, and yeah, it's nice to just kind of be all together.
I love it. We're here with Aminah Settles, junior, redshirt junior for the CSUB women's soccer team. 3 overtime wins already. They're going to go out on the road here pretty soon. Pleasure to have you with us here. Okay, every student athlete that's sat in here so far this year, I've picked and poked and acted like one of your elders and talked about grades and school, and I start asking these questions. They're looking at me like, Vance, what are you doing? Well, we're so proud of our overall athletics department GPA. You are a major in biology. Before we get to what you want to do, why pick a major in biology? Because, hey, that's not an easy major.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been difficult, but I mean, towards the end of my high school and like the beginning of my freshman year, I took like an anatomy class that really interested me, and I just like the human body and everything, and I thought about going like a kind of medical route, but yeah, so biology kind of sets me up for that.
Why Cal State? Why'd you choose us?
I definitely, like when I got here, I just liked the environment and the coaches and like the team. Everything about it was just like, it was a good fit for me, you know. I liked a smaller school, like a more close-knit, like athletics, and yeah.
When you got into the classroom and you started to see the, you know, the professor to student ratio, I'm sure that was also appealing.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's nice to not be in like a, you know, hundreds of people lecture hall, and to have that kind of connection with your professor. Because I mean, it's definitely hard to fall behind when you're just in the back.
Well, and that's important. I mean, for you, you know, you're a junior now. Next year, a senior. You know, you're when the seniors in high school come out on recruiting trips and come on campus, they can look at the facilities and they know the history of our soccer program. But you know, those kind of things where you can talk to these incoming freshmen about the ability to be with your professor and talk to your professors. So it leads me to this. What do you want to do when you get out of here?
I'd like to go to PA school to be a physician's assistant. So that's like up to 2-year program after this that I'll be doing.
Ever thought about being a doctor?
I have. That was kind of my plan my freshman year, but it's a lot of school.
You got to fit some soccer time in there, right? We're speaking with Aminah Settles from the soccer team here on the Roadrunner Rundown. You know, I'm looking at your roster and have been looking at your roster. I've been to a few of your games. We did the, you know, we did the Rowdy Run. That was a blast that night, a real fun night. I see a lot of new people, transfers, freshmen, a lot of new faces. You know, kind of walk us through what it's like to be an upperclassman with all of this, you know, these changing chess pieces.
Yeah, it's like definitely given me an opportunity to just kind of like lead the younger people, and we have, I think, 3 transfers, 5 or 6 freshmen. So it's nice to have like, just like bring some new positive energy, and like they've all fit in really well. And also there's someone in every position that's new, and so it's like, it brings that like competitive edge to, you know, to practice, to games. Someone's in your spot, someone could be in your spot, so.
Tell us about your game. Tell us about, if I were to have never seen you play, I've seen you play, but what if I had never seen you play and I would say, well, tell us about your game, Aminah.
I would say I like to run. I like to be up there. I'm a forward, so I'm always looking for, you know, the ball kind of like in behind the defense to run onto. That's more of my game.
My little guy my youngest plays soccer, and I'm always telling that cat, man, you got to be more physical. You got to be more physical. You got to be more physical. Just how physical is the D1 women's soccer game?
Yeah, it's definitely like an eye opener, because you come from high school and club, and it's like day and night. Like if you're not physical, it's hard for you. But I mean that's why we're here. We do weights, we do it in practice, and so, you know, that sets us up for games to be physical, because everyone's physical in D1.
If I were a senior, I touched on this just a moment ago, but let's say I were a senior and you were walking me around campus, showing me the campus, showing me everything, what are maybe some, you know, maybe the 2 or 3 top main points you would get to have a future Roadrunner be here?
I would just say definitely about the class sizes, because I think that's like, I mean, a lot of people think they want to go to a big school with a big campus, but I mean, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's nice to just have that connection with your professors. I would definitely touch on just like the close-knit environment of athletics. I mean, like, it's nice to be able to walk around and, you know, you see a basketball coach or like a trainer, and, you know, everyone says hi, everyone knows each other, and that's definitely nice to have.
Next summer, World Cup for the men, World Cup for the men in Russia. And then the women 2 years later. When football is at such a high global audience such as that, the most watched event in all of the world, kind of has to make you feel proud that this is the sport you've chosen, because you said you've always been a soccer player.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like when the World Cup comes up, whether it's like women or men's, everyone's just so excited, and it's just like, even if you're not there, I mean, Russia, just watching on TV, it's just awesome. It makes you want to get on the field right there.
Absolutely. Well, that's my final segue. Let's talk about the facilities. What a beautiful, beautiful pitch on the main field over there at CSUB. When I go over there for whatever, just to watch a game or to call a game, when I was down in the Rowdy Run, I was like, this is like a fairway at the Masters. This is a beautiful facility. Quickly talk about your facilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice. We always love coming to play at home because it's like the field suits us. It's like it's wide. That's what we want. That's how we play. And it's just, it's always nice to be in front of a home crowd.
Thanks for being here. Don't leave. Pleasure to have you here. Good luck. Congratulations on what's going so far. And on your road trip, I'm going to be looking for those polos. You better be out there, right? Let's go over some upcoming events here, and then we'll close off the show. We have a busy, busy weekend for the Roadrunners. As mentioned earlier, the volleyball team's on the road at Cal State Fullerton tonight. You can follow the game with live stats, or you can come see the team this Friday when they take on Grand Canyon in the Icardo Center at 4:30 p.m. Men's soccer team also home this Friday night when they host Grand Canyon at 7 p.m. and UNLV at 1 p.m. on the main soccer field. Speaking of UNLV, we play against the Running Rebels. We host the Running Rebels. We certainly would like to extend our thoughts and prayers to all of the student athletes at University of Las Vegas. On the road this weekend are women's soccer and men and women's swimming. Women's soccer is at New Mexico State Friday and UTRGV Sunday. Men and women's swim are at USC Friday at 6 p.m. And for more information, always visit GoRunners.com. We want to thank you for being here on the Roadrunner Rundown for Aminah. I want to thank everybody for tuning in again every single week. We'll be back next week. More scores, more highlights, and an inside look with Roadrunner Athletics. Aminah, any final words you'd like to say to the global audience about CSUB women's soccer?
Go Runners.
Go Runners. That's a great way to finish it. Hey, we hope you enjoy this, everybody. Don't forget, we're here every Tuesday, and we hope to have you back again next time. Have a great week. See you next episode.